Thanks for coming down and hanging out in the basement with me today. Well, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. We've got something really exciting, and what's exciting for me, it's kind of a barn find kind of situation. Trains that haven't been run, sitting around, sitting in the attic, sitting out in the garage, whatever. And I love cleaning them up and getting them working. And let's take a look at a success story from a little earlier last year. What we've got here is my Marks 999, that engine and tender I purchased at a estate sale for 10 bucks, got it running. That was a really cool video. That was one where we were outside playing around on the deck. This thing's been working really good. And the cars behind it there, those are some tin plate cars that I got a year or two ago from a friend, and they were knocking around in a toolbox. And a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of tweaking, those are working good too. But to the subject of this video, this is the box of trains. Now, when I initially saw the ad for free trains, it's like, hey, free trains? I'm definitely up for that. Especially old gauge trains? Yeah, heck yeah, I don't care what they are. But I was thinking this orange car back here might have been a Line L, like one of the 8-inch box cars, but it wasn't, and that's perfectly alright. Because these would be fun to clean up and check out. Let's move the camera around to the other side of the layout, and we'll get started. Alright, let's do an inventory of what we got. We've got a pair of 490 locomotives, but there's something very interesting about them. This one's got white paint on it. This one's got no paint on it whatsoever. They're both plastic bodied, they're both the same shell. They have different mechanisms. And here's another thing. The mechanisms are held in differently. This one's got a rivet, and maybe you guys can help me explain what this is. Was this some kind of light holder or something? I don't really know. This guy is held in by a screw over here, and probably another screw over here. So it's built at a different time, but I don't really have any information on Mark's locos. This one's a double reduction. And what does that mean? We got the motor up here, we got gears down here, we got another set of gears up here. So this one should be, from what I understand, is more valuable. And not like crazy money, but a little more valuable. And actually, we're not quite locked up solid. We're a little sluggish here. But this one's your single reduction. But we'll definitely see if these work first before we tear into them. Let's look at the cars. Baltimore and Ohio, I like this car. I mean, these things are super lightweight, and they got the pseudo four-wheel trucks here, but they're just individual 2 wires there. But yeah, nice looking car, not damaged or anything. We got the Mar lines, and we got opening door, which is cool. We also got a guy in there, 3 of 55. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I saw this lever on here. It's like, cool. It's an action car. Doesn't really chuck anything out. Probably if you put something at his foot, but it wouldn't stay there. But that's definitely nice. That'll clean up nice. Not broken or anything. Couplers are in good condition. This car has me a little confused. I imagine it's for cars, and these clips would hold the cars. I mean, again, maybe a little bit of research I could figure this out, but definitely a neat looking car. It'd be fun to 3D print something for it to haul. We've got our typical caboose. We just have one coupler. We've got a broken coupler. So this thing, without replacing this, is kind of dead in the water. But yeah, maybe it can donate some wheels or something. But yeah, there you go. Now this I was excited to see. I like work cabooses, and initially I thought this could have been some sort of a Lionel caboose or something. Work caboose. I couldn't see very much of it, but I mean, it's got a nice detail with the railing there. The molding is nice, but you see we're missing that. I think I saw that in the box. There we go. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's a nice work caboose setup for you. So that could be a nice, either convert it to Lionel trucks or use it for a pattern to 3D print something for a Lionel flat car. That'd be cool. Got your traditional gondola, Pennsylvania. Looks nice. Couplers are good. And then we got New York Central. I like the color of this. This is really nice. But yeah, very basic. Couplers are good on these guys. Pseudo knuckle coupler setup here. It's kind of interesting. And then we got a couple tenders. That's the other thing. We got different tenders for these locomotives. The same locomotive, but different tenders. Santa Fe, very basic. Probably a later production, I'm guessing, especially with that knuckle coupler. And this is Union Pacific. We got a slope back tender, but again, no lens or anything there, but kind of a copy of the line L1 to a certain extent, but that's nice. USA Marks trains. That's it for the rolling stock. The transformer kind of looks cool. Slow, fast. Wow, that's like hardly anything. We'll certainly test it out. The plug seems to be in good condition, but yeah, we'll check it out. Wow. UL listed. Nice. 30 watts. And let's see, we got some track here. What do we got here? Oh, this is for the, I believe this is for the Marks couplers? You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really, I think this is for uncoupling the couplers, but I'm not really sure. So, let's take a look and see if this runs at all. Alright, so this locomotive, it's a little tight, but it's not terrible. I'm thinking this should run. Let's see if we get any life out of it. Let's use our remote control here. Whoa, there she goes. It might be forward only. Okay, I'm going to assume that this is forward only. So that's quite alright. Yeah, I don't think there's a reverse unit on here. I think it'd be on the front. But yeah, winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's great for parts if I need it. Yeah. So, yeah, good unit. This guy, however, is awfully stiff. Well, it's freeing up there. Just moving it around a little bit has helped. But let's give it a helping hand. I'm going to put just a little bit of lubricant where this, where these gear wheels rotate. It's okay if a little bit gets on the wheel. There we go. There. Just a little quick lubrication to help it out here. Oops. Don't need any... Making a mess of things. Don't need any on the track. Alright. Okay, we'll put a little bit right here where the motor rotates there. Now we're giving it a fighting chance to work. That axle's free, that axle's free. It's not much better. We do have a light socket, and I think this is the reverse mechanism for it. So, let's see what that does, if anything. It wants to go. Okay. We're going to say that this guy is not dead, but not doing anything. So, that'd be a fun project to tear into. Well, we got a broken piece here. What's the front look like? Alright, so it's got a 490 on it, so... Oh, here we go, ready to wash off. Everything's all broken down to its individual parts, and all the wheels are off. You say, Jeremy, why'd you pull off all the wheels? Just wash them. Well, for those of you that are unfamiliar with Marks, it's a two-piece wheel. It's an outer metal shell, and this has a inner metal shell, and it's just hollow on the inside, so it traps water. And that would be very bad for these wheels. I'd never get it all out. And interestingly enough, most of these hardly have any wear at all. I'm kind of surprised. But let me get cleaning them up. We'll see how it turns out. Well, here we go. Everything is all cleaned up, and it turned out really good. This car was probably the worst, and I'm really happy with how this thing looks. There was a downside, though. The little guy that was in it, turns out he is really weak down here, but we'll be able to super glue him and or epoxy or something and get him back. But yeah, those guys are probably just washing him up and just click, came right off. Oh well. But I did a little research, and turns out that these two cars are actually produced at a very similar time. This would be the more inexpensive set, which is just the fixed knuckle coupler. And the more expensive set would have the four axles, and this kind of a scissor coupler, they call it. Of course, we can't do that, but with this kind, you actually can use the tab. It's actually meant to, or the tab coupler is meant to go in there, which I find kind of interesting. Let me reassemble everything, and we'll see what we can come up with the engines, and we'll go from there. Oh, I did find out on here why we're not moving. We're missing the upper spring, the brush spring for it, and I think I've got a spare. So we'll see if we can get this guy running too. Almost ready to start reassembling, but had some wheels that were a little crusty, so I got those cleaned up with the help of the Dremel, and these little like Scotch-Brite like pads worked really good. And now I'm just kind of working on the axles here. So yeah, things are going pretty smooth. And what my plan is, clean up the axles, wipe them down with a little WD-40, and call it a day. Then we can start working on the motors. I really did enjoy the cleanup of those cars, and I think you'll agree they turned out pretty good. And the cleanup of the wheels, while it was a little tedious in the cleaning of the axles and stuff, the reason why I did it is not because this is a valuable set or I plan on running it a lot or putting it on the shelf. It's because it's good practice. You learn techniques and hone your skills at repairing stuff, so when you get that really nice F3 or Class J or something like that I might want in the future, it'll be much easier to work on, and I'll do a much better job of it. So yeah, these turned out really good. And for the broken coupler on the caboose here, I matched it with the broken coupler support on the Baltimore Ohio, and I put a little tape there. And for now, that works just fine. And yeah, the effort I put into those axles and wheels panned out, because it rolls pretty darn good. Now we just got to work on the motors. This really cheap version of the engine I find pretty interesting. It uses Bakelite or fiberboard sides, whereas this one's metal construction. And there's no way to access, or no direct way to pull out the armature or really clean it good. They only give you this hole right here to where you can clean it, or through the brushes, which would also be tough. But at least they gave you something. But yeah, this thing is just really kind of interesting. There's no separate spring. This one's got a little coil spring on the underside here for the brush, or for the sliding shoe. This one's got a narrow sliding shoe. But yeah, this one will probably be good for parts or something. I might use that sliding shoe if it's the same on the M10000 I got. That might be the same one. But yeah, let's see if we can clean in there and see if we can get that armature looking a little nicer. I'm going to start off with move you up a little bit here. Get a little bit of naphtha on here. And I should probably pull out the brushes. There we go. There's one. There's the other one. Yeah, this engine I don't think has much time on it, really. We'll just rotate this thing around. That will definitely work better, but I'm a perfectionist, so I'm going to try something else. Let's try a little Scotch-Brite in there. I'll bet that will work pretty darn good. Looks a little better. Just need to clean up the brushes a little bit, and we'll test that out. Might hit these a little bit with the Scotch-Brite pad a little too here. Just a little bit. Just to get the surface even. Okay, excellent. Oops. Put it in the wrong way. Apparently I'm not good at paying attention. Put that one in the wrong way too. Alright, let's see here. So again, some might say, why take the time to do this? It's just a Marx locomotive, big deal. Well, it really helps build your skills, so when you work on something like a expensive Lionel or something, you won't screw it up. Alright, I think that's going to work really good. We'll set this little lock piece in. Can't go like that. Oh, something like that. There we go. Knew I'd figure it out eventually. Alright, so it's the one that's got the big metal thing in here. This thing just slots in and clips in place. Alright, let's see. We gotta get the... keep your finger there. Alright. Find the slot. I think that's supposed to be like that. It is. There we go. That's better. Beautiful. And this thing just snaps in. There we go. Oh, that works nice. I haven't even lubricated that up. If I was really going to work on this thing, which I'll probably do next, but like I said, this one might just be for parts. So I would take the tweezers and get rid of all the little hairs and stuff on here. That's okay. So that rotates on the axle here. I'm not going to worry about any grease on the gears. Let's try it. Power on. Alright, let's see here. That works great. Now these are not big haulers, so... Alright, let's see. Let's see if I need to bend. No, we don't need that. I don't think that's going to come undone. Let's see if it'll pull it. Spinning. I think that's a bit much for it. Let's pull some weight off. Alright, let's try that. There we go. That's a pretty good runner. Nice. One down, one to go. So after taking another look at this, I think this is supposed to be a poor man's chuff unit or something. I think it's supposed to just make it... just kind of make a little noise. Move that over a little bit. So I can see where it's been rubbing there. It's meant to hit there. That's running really good. Now, let's just try... put this spring on and see if that fixes our trouble. Gotta find a source for these springs. I could use a couple extra. If anybody has some extra, let me know. Not the end of the world. I'm certainly not a Marks guy, so I don't need them, per se, but it's always nice to have some spares. Okay, there we go. That should... This thing's still really stiff. Let's see if we get any life out of it. Hey, there we go! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Excellent. So, now all I gotta do is pull the springs again and get these 3 retainers off and clean up the muck that's in here. So, oh yeah, this one's got some runtime on it. Oh, look at all that stuff. Whoa. Alright, nice. Well, that'll definitely clean up easy. Won't be too tough. Let's get started. Wowzer, I'm impressed it worked that good. So what causes all of this yuck? Some of it's over lubrication. Especially with this guy. You really only need just a teeny tiny amount of lubrication right on the shaft. You put any more and it just goes all over into the copper parts here, which is, of course, is no good. We'll push out those brushes. Oh yeah, those brushes are stuck. So we'll also clean out those brush tubes. We'll just go like this. Oh yeah, whew. Also, you don't want to put any kind of lubricant in the brush tube at all. The reason I'm going through backwards is just a little bit easier. Okay. Okay, that works pretty good. And we'll just hit her up with the Scotch-Brite here. Wow, got some good marks on her. Okay, another thing you want to check for, I can see that these are clean, but you want to make sure that in between the spaces it's clean. Man, this is just a really cheap motor. Phenolic piece, the brass pieces are just curved over, just bent around it, which is okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see here. We'll get this piece on. Yeah, we got enough room to get in there. So I was a little worried I wouldn't have enough room to get the brushes in, but stuff's moving out of the way. Gee, where's the screwdriver? Oh, you mean that one that you used to prop up the engine? Yeah, that one. Just prop it up the engine. Oh, okay. Oh, man. That's... wow. That is moving a lot better already. I wonder if the most of that resistance was just the brushes. So I'm just going to use just a very little bit right on here. Okay, there we go. That is in. Yeah, boy, there's a lot of spring tension on there. Let's give it a shot. Turn on the power. Okay. Yeah, 8 volts, that's looking pretty good. Nice. Fortunately, our reverse unit's a little sticky, but I believe these are kind of a bear to work on, because you got to pull the wheels off to even access the darn thing. Plunger's way the heck up there. Yeah, because I would need to clean the plunger, at least. Alright. Let me put this engine back together, and we'll try it out and call her a day. Well, would you look at this? Because it's a heavier motor, physically heavier, and it's gear reduction, it can haul this whole train no problem. I think mainly the weight's the big deal, but... And the reverse unit's working good now. Yeah, 9 volts even. I think those brushes probably freed up a bit. Let's take a quick look at the transformer. It says Hobby Transformer, Lewis Marks and Company Inc. Girard, PA, catalog number 339, 30 watts. So, I don't know if it's their tiniest, but certainly possible. The cord is in relatively good condition. It's a little, the plastic's getting a little tough, but not bad. UL listed. Also, here we go. Important. Caution electric toy. Always remove outlet plug when transformer is not being used. Equipped with circuit breaker. So, yeah, that's pretty darn nice. 7 to 13 volts a track. First off, let's check if we got any dead shorts. So we got 25 ohms, so that's pretty good. Not a dead short. Check the other side here. That'll also kind of depend on where our deal is here. Yeah, there we go. See, we got some different voltages here. 0.3 kiloohms. Kind of interesting how it's reading there, but probably just backfeeding the stuff. So yeah, cool. That seems to work. Let's plug it in. Hopefully it doesn't blow the circuit breaker in the house. Okay, we are on. We are on AC power. But now 3 volts when it's off. That's interesting. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah. 14. No load. So yeah, 7 to 13 on there. So now I have disconnected the Z4000 from the track because I don't want any power backfeeding it. That'd be bad. So we'll just hook her up and we will see. Boy, this nut's wrong too. Yeah, the other nut that was on it was wrong as well. Let's try shutting the power off. We'll just hook one leg to the center, one leg to the outer, and we'll see if she runs. Nice. It works. I don't know if I trust it very far, but hey, it's a good transformer. Well, I never thought I'd have 3 Mark steam engines running on the layout at the same time, and running this good. They run all really good. I'm very happy with it. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one, and be sure to check out the back catalog. There's a lot of cool stuff on there, a lot of cool repairs and stuff. Listen to how smooth this double reduction motor is. I can see why they're in demand.